Willie D live.
What's up, family? You've heard the phrase, you never know people's story, right? I spoke with Walter Tendernism Johnson, Mr. Tendernism Johnson. And in case you don't know, Walter is the viral sensation. He's a barbecue guy who got his fame off of making meat fall off the bone after he would cook it. He shake it, drop it, then step back, and admire the work. So I spoke with Walt and I asked him about, was there a situation in his life at any point that broke him, but eventually built him, made him the man he is. He told me he got shot 6 times. And, you know, looking at the guy he is today, you would never think that something like that would have happened to him. But it did. Check it out.
In your life, has there been like a situation in your life that broke you but you came back and it built you?
Yeah, it's been a few situations in my lifetime, you know. But shoot, Johnson, you don't do nothing like that, man. My brothers never told me, hey, boy, look here, might be bad today. If you don't put no raincoat on, you're gonna get wet. If you put a raincoat on, though, you're not gonna get wet.
Can you share one of those experiences that broke you, that built you, ultimately built you?
Okay, getting shot 6 times.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's one. It just built me, made me a better man. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, people wouldn't even have a clue. Yeah.
What was the circumstances?
They try to rob me. People try to rob me.
Yeah. So what happened to those people?
I ain't seen them since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know who they were?
No, I didn't. Yeah. But no. Getting hit with 45s and 38s at a close range.
This was in the same incident?
And stabbed. Yeah, one time.
Shot with 2 different guns and stabbed all in one incident?
Like this. Yeah.
How long,
45s and 38.
how long did it take you to recover?
About a year.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Year and a half. But other than that, it ain't gonna hurt nobody. Get on down, baby. I didn't let that stop me.
Yeah.
I kept on moving. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the biggest lie somebody ever told on you?
The biggest lie somebody ever told on me. That I took their money.
Mm.
Yeah. Or that I stole something from.
Yeah.
And I ain't do neither. I ain't never been a thief. And I ain't take nobody's money. Remember I told you earlier this thing, you take medication. That's the first thing in my family growing up. Don't take nothing from nobody because you might have some problems. Only thing you take is medication. Don't forget that boy. That was my big brother. Yeah.
We can stop it right there, fam. Let me just say, salute to Mr. Tendernism. I ain't got no problem with that. And here's why. Here's a guy who is a seasoned professional at what he do, right? But he got his fame later on in life. Now, most people his age would have hung it up by then, but he kept going. He never looked for that fame. He was never looking for fame. Walt, if he was just to have it his way, he would just be okay with just doing his barbecue thing, and feeding people because he likes people. He really enjoys people. He's a people's person. When he was in Houston at his pop-up, that was a line of man. That was a line so long I couldn't even see the line. It wrapped around the building, and there's just people all out in the streets. But people were coming to see Walt, and they wasn't even tripping about standing in line. I didn't see anybody complaining, and I was watching. I was trying to watch, and I'm looking at space and stuff because we will complain about waiting in line, especially for some food, right? But people were patient, and he was graceful, right? He was gracious. He crossed the line, went on the other side of the rope and took pictures with everybody. He didn't just stand off in the back and just do the celebrity thing. He took pictures. He stepped out on the other side of the ropes, took pictures with people. He spoke with people. He was really gracious. And he was busy the entire time. I saw him take a couple of breaks for himself because, he had to slow down, take care of himself. But other than that, he was on it the entire time. For him to go through what he went through, I don't know if y'all caught my expression, but you probably could hear it in my voice when he said he was shot. He got shot 6 times. That really threw me off because I didn't expect to hear that. But I really don't expect to hear a lot of things that I hear about people's stories, right? But I brace myself to where I'm not really shocked. Maybe I'm surprised, but I'm not really shocked because I know that all of us got a story. All of us got a story. And I have seen people who look like they got it all together, on the outside, from the outside looking in, they look like they got it all together. But they either going through something or they've been through something really heavy. There are people who have, been violated as children and even adults, physically, sexually violated, right? There have been people who are not judges. They might be so-called upstanding business people or whatever, but they, did something, slick when they were younger, right? They got jammed up. They either got the record cleaned or they just cleaned up their act or both. But nevertheless, they came out on the other side and now they're shining. There's a lot of people who have been in trouble with the law who turned it around and have been model citizens for years and years and years, and made contributions to their community and society, right? Many, many, many people. But people have been through a lot. There's people who have lost their entire family. Some of this, I used to work for this organization called No More Victims. Well, no, I didn't work for them. I was a spokesperson for them. I didn't get paid. No More Victims is an organization that helps children of incarcerated parents. They deal with children of incarcerated parents. Those kids have mama and daddy currently in prison. Some of those kids have mama and daddy currently in the cemetery, and they've been shuffled from auntie house to grandma house to mama's friend house, and everywhere they went, they were misused and abused. I mean, I'm talking about horrific stories, fam. Things that you don't want to repeat, right? So everybody got a story, and I wanted to share Walt's story, and I wanted Walt to share his story, because I know it's somebody out there who got a story, a traumatic story also, that they're trying to deal with, or maybe they've overcame uh, that trauma, and maybe there's somebody that try to remind them, like, oh no, I remember when you did this. I remember. Now don't let them fools trick you out of your space, out of your spot. Don't let them trick you out of your spot, because they'll try to pull you back down. It's, back where you used to be. Like some people, they can't stand the idea that you are a new person, that you have a new attitude, that you turn a new leaf. They can't stand that idea. So they try to remind you of the old you. They try to pull you back in. Don't let them clowns do that. See, that's the person who's stuck. They're not going anywhere. And if you get too close to them, you ain't going anywhere either. No more talk.